Another spring day. It's the first week of March in my yard. Looking at this is the huge willow. Not sure if you can see it. So I'm going to take some big cuttings off of that later in the year. Well, probably in a week or so. Well, maybe 2 weeks when the buds start to kind of shoot up and a lot of energy is in the branches. But right under this big huge willow tree is a bunch of these. I'm not totally sure what they are. You can see they have nice movement in the branches. They come up and they've got lots and lots of little buds coming out, small. And even this brand new stalk, which kind of you can see as the plant grew young, it was getting bent by the snow and leaves and wind. And now as it's strong, it just shoots this huge sort of sucker root, or sorry, sucker branch, tree trunk, I guess, right up. You know, another one I'm looking at is something like this. Maybe see if I can turn that into a little clump style or something. So I'm hoping to pull out 2 of these. You know, in long term, I've got those big conifers there, and then the willow, this huge willow here. They're just going to shade all this out. So I'm going to try to have a little pathway in here anyway. So I thought, hey, what, these could make some nice bonsai material. This one came out really nice. I'll give you a shot of the roots, but really what I'm trying to decide is this container or this container. So I'll show you the roots. So it came out pretty thin. You know, lots of nice feeder roots, which is nice. This one, it would need a little more work in to get it in there right. You know, I mean, the deciduous, normally you'd have a less rugged container. But you know, I kind of like that container. But actually, I think I'm gonna go with this one. The tree will have to take a little bit more out, but it'll be rounded up quite a bit. I just think it might be a little more elegant in there. So I've decided with this container, you know, just look at this nice barry, nice roots coming out, nice fat, nice root. But man, am I really having a good time here with this this yard collected Yamadori. It's just, oh man, so relaxed. Just love getting my hands in the dirt and working with the trees. You know, so now I'm going to chopstick this all in and I'll get some moss up. I'll show you how it is when I'm done. So here it is, I'll pot it up. I managed to get it into a really nice shallow container, which is nice. And look at this nice root base that comes up and beautiful movement. I mean, that's one of the things I really love about this tree, is that there's just such nice movement. And you can see once the tree got really strong, like I was saying, it shot up this straight branch. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that eventually. I think I'll probably take it off. I mean, that's the other thing. There's a few really straight parts of the tree. So my sense is I'm going to bring the tree down into about there at some point. But I want to just let it get really strong. You can see the buds are really nice now. They're all starting to pop out. So I wanted to give it a lot of time just to get a lot of vigor, because it actually was quite a bit higher, right? It was quite a bit higher, and I chopped it down. But I think this will be nice for now. Should be able to build a lot of roots with that. I'll just give you a nice close up of the trunk. I actually don't know what species this is. If anybody knows, I'll have to wait till the kind of leaves come out to figure it out. But if anybody knows, just post what you think it might be. Yeah, like I said, I'm just really happy with it. I don't entirely know what it will look like at the end, or the size of the leaves. So it'll take a lot to kind of ramify it down. But like I said, I just love this movement. And if you look at it from the side, you have this kind of situation here where 3 trunks coming up. And so that's why I planted it this way. It kind of hides all that, and it makes it look like you have more one sort of trunk, and you really get the movement at the start of the tree, and then it branches out just like a deciduous should. Here's the other one I got, and I'm gonna put it in this nice this round pot. I actually made this container. It's by putting it on almost like a beach ball, a rubber beach ball, and just put the cement on top. It's actually a little bit brown. You probably can't see in the video. It's just slight, a little darker than the gray cement. But this is something different. I'm pretty sure this is a different type of tree. The buds look a lot different. So that'll be kind of cool to see what this one is. I also don't know what this one is, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've kind of put some wires in here just to pull, you know, it's kind of really spread open, really flat, and so I pulled a few of them in. Although the big trunks kind of come out in all different directions, but and you know, you might want kind of more powerful one probably coming up the center. But for now, I'll just try to grow some of these out, and we'll see how that works. But overall, I'm really happy with the way both of these turned out. Again, this one I'll also probably pull down, but I want to just let it get really strong and vigorous this year, grow tons of roots, and then next year I'll be looking at doing some more hard pruning, maybe even in the fall, right? Because like this branch is really straight, and this one is a lot straighter. Like this one's really nice and got movement, but these two are just both really straight. So we'll see what eventually I come up with. So here's the willow tree, or willow branch that I cut off. Got some really nice features here. Something nice in here. A lot of straight stuff, but up there too. You know, this is the tree I got it from. I was looking for something a little bigger, but I really liked all these lower branches that were really big. I wanted those to grow out. And it's kind of a shared tree with my neighbor, so I didn't want to take one of those huge big branches off, but I think maybe at some point that might be a plan. But we'll see how this propagation goes. You know, I'm kind of trying to decide here. There's quite a lot of movement, although it's kind of straight here. It kind of bends a bit, comes back. I really like this maybe as one tree. And then I was kind of looking at this little section. I don't want to have a tree and then come up with a huge bend there. So you can see if I chop it here, maybe there's some movement here. Probably get a few straight pieces here. Yeah, this will probably be a straighter trunk, so maybe there, and then cut them off there and try to have that as sort of the branching. Again, here, this is something really kind of cool. I'm not totally sure what I'll do, but as I chop it and start to propagate, I'll give you a show. So these are the pieces that I really like. Now, I don't know how well these are going to backbud and how well they'll root. So this is kind of an experiment. You know, and then I've got this one here. You know, let's see, it's got some funky stuff happening there. Not sure which way. This nice one here. This one, you know, they actually have little buds starting, and this one's got some growth on it, so I think it should bud. You know, some others just basically just sticks at this point. I have a bigger one I'm gonna do, and then these are sort of the whips that were coming off the top. So I'll plant in water all these, see what comes up, see what turns out. Here we are in my pond, and I saw Peter Chan do this. He just took a huge willow branch and just stuck it in there and said that it would root. So we'll see if that works. I've got a whole bunch of branches. I've sort of propped them up with rocks, and willow loves sun, so I think the sun will actually help a lot. But I'm not entirely sure. And then over here, what I've done is I've actually made a container, and I've put a lot of pumice in there and some perlite, and sort of packed it in there quite dense, and then put the bottom into the water where the trunk sits. So we'll see, we'll have an example or a few trials and see what actually roots. And then over here I'm going to bring these inside because I've done this before, and we'll just let them root inside where it'll be a little warmer, so it might be a better atmosphere for them to root, and all of the sort of rooting hormones that they'll pump off will hopefully support each other. So we'll see what kind of roots, and we'll see which roots faster and how they turn out.